The universe operates according to a profound intelligence that guides all aspects of life, including our relationships. Relationships are not random encounters or coincidences, they are integral to our spiritual journey. Each connection serves a greater purpose, helping us grow, evolve, and ultimately align with our true selves. When a relationship is not meant to be, the universe intervenes in subtle ways. While this may feel painful or confusing, these disruptions are not accidents. They are signs that the connection is not aligned with our higher path. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, pushes us away from relationships that do not serve our personal or spiritual growth. This might manifest through emotional conflicts, unexpected separations, or feelings of deep disconnection. Often, we enter relationships carrying unresolved fears, attachments, and unconscious patterns from the past. These elements may draw us towards certain individuals, but they don't always align with our highest potential. The universe, acting as a guide, will gently or forcefully guide us away from relationships that hinder our evolution. Even though it can be difficult to understand why a relationship is no longer working, it's crucial to trust that the universe's guidance is in our best interest. It's not about rejecting love, it's about redirecting us toward a love that is more aligned with who we truly are. True love is not simply about the immediate emotional connection, but about a deeper bond that nurtures growth, helps us uncover our authentic selves, and brings us into harmony with the flow of life. When a relationship ends or becomes strained, remember that it may be the universe's way of steering us toward a more fulfilling, aligned path, one that serves our highest good. When we find ourselves in a relationship that no longer aligns with our true self, a sense of disharmony naturally arises. This internal dissonance is not a sign of failure, but rather an invitation from the universe to examine the path we are on. It occurs when our ego or fear drives us to hold on to something that is no longer in sync with our personal growth or spiritual journey. This resistance to change becomes a powerful signal that the universe is guiding us in a different direction. At first, the discomfort may be subtle, slight irritations or feelings of unease. However, as time passes, the resistance becomes more pronounced. Emotionally, we may experience growing frustration, confusion, or even a sense of emotional exhaustion. These feelings arise because we are trying to force something into being that no longer serves us. In a healthy relationship, love flows with ease and naturally nurtures both individuals. When we encounter resistance, it is the universe's way of showing that the connection is no longer in harmony with our life's deeper purpose. This emotional discord can manifest physically as well. We may notice a decline in intimacy, communication breakdowns, or even a complete disconnect between ourselves and our partner. These disruptions are not random. They are the universe's way of alerting us to misalignment. The more we resist these signs, the more intense the disharmony becomes, making it harder to ignore the need for change. Tension in relationships is often the universe's way of encouraging us to release what is no longer serving us. True love cannot exist where there is resistance. Love thrives in an environment of mutual understanding, trust, and alignment. The universe, in its wisdom, steers us toward relationships that support our growth. If we choose to resist this guidance, the emotional and physical dissonance will only intensify, making it clear that we need to let go and allow the universe to redirect us. Trusting the process, even when it feels painful, opens up the space for new, authentic connections that are more in line with our true self. As we let go of resistance, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, which ultimately leads us to the love we are meant to experience. In relationships, attachment is often mistaken for love. The desire to control or possess another person can stem from a place of fear, insecurity, and ego rather than true affection or mutual respect. The universe's guidance towards separation often comes when these attachments cloud our judgment, making it difficult to distinguish between genuine love and unhealthy dependence. Unhealthy attachments are built on the illusion that we can control or manipulate the outcome of a relationship. These attachments are rooted in the belief that our happiness depends on the other person, which is not true. The universe does not want us to stay in relationships where we seek validation, approval, or security from someone else. When we rely too heavily on others for our emotional stability, we lose touch with our inner strength, and the deeper love that exists within us. As we hold on to these attachments, we create an imbalance in the relationship. One person may feel smothered, overwhelmed, or even trapped, while the other may experience fear of abandonment or rejection. This dynamic prevents true intimacy and mutual respect from flourishing. The universe often intervenes by dissolving these attachments, either through emotional distancing or physical separation, in order to restore balance and guide us back to ourselves. True love, on the other hand, is liberating. It encourages growth, independence, and a deep sense of self-worth. When we are in a healthy relationship, we feel supported and loved but not bound or confined. The universe wants us to experience love that is free of the chains of control and dependency. It reminds us that love should never be a means of holding on to someone out of fear or need, but a natural, reciprocal connection where both individuals grow individually and together. When attachments based on fear and insecurity begin to dissolve, they create space for more authentic and nurturing relationships. These relationships are built on trust, understanding, and mutual growth rather than the desire to control or possess. By releasing unhealthy attachments, we open ourselves to the love that is truly meant for us, a love that encourages freedom, balance, and harmony. When a relationship is no longer aligned with our higher purpose, we often experience both emotional and physical disconnection. These signs are subtle at first but become increasingly evident over time. Emotional disconnection can manifest as a growing sense of indifference or detachment from our partner. The once intimate connection begins to feel distant and communication breaks down. What was once a source of comfort and joy now feels strained and unfulfilling. Physically, we may notice a decrease in affection, touch, and shared moments of closeness. Intimacy may dwindle, and what once felt natural and passionate becomes mechanical or absent altogether. These physical shifts are often a reflection of the emotional void that is widening between the two individuals. The universe uses these signs to help us recognize when a relationship is no longer nourishing or aligned with our true needs. The more we ignore these signs, the more intense the disconnection becomes. We may begin to feel isolated, even when in the presence of the person we are with. The lack of emotional resonance creates a feeling of being alone, even in a shared space. This sense of loneliness is the universe's way of reminding us that something is out of alignment. At times, the physical disconnection may also reflect deeper unresolved issues, such as unmet needs, unspoken desires, or unhealed wounds. These issues, if not addressed, can drive a wedge between partners and make it increasingly difficult to restore harmony. The universe encourages us to face these challenges, either within the relationship or through separation, in order to heal and grow. Rather than resisting the emotional and physical distancing, we must acknowledge it as a natural part of the process. It is the universe's way of guiding us toward a more authentic experience of love. Relationships that are meant to endure will find a way to reconnect and grow stronger, but those that have served their purpose will gradually fall away. Embracing this process with openness allows space for healing and for new connections that are more aligned with our deepest desires. As relationships progress, the alignment of values and shared purpose becomes increasingly important. The universe often guides us away from relationships where these core elements are no longer in sync. At the beginning of a connection, shared values can create a sense of unity and understanding. However, over time, differences in beliefs, goals, or life vision may surface, signaling that the relationship is no longer serving both individuals' highest good. The loss of shared values can be subtle at first. Small disagreements or differing priorities may emerge, but if ignored, they begin to snowball into larger conflicts. These differences might manifest in how each person approaches life, family, career, or spirituality. When values no longer align, communication becomes strained, and the foundation of the relationship starts to erode. The universe encourages us to recognize these shifts, as they serve as signals that the relationship is no longer fulfilling its intended purpose. When the universe is guiding us away from someone, it often does so by highlighting these misalignments. Our desires, ambitions, and even our sense of self begin to diverge from those of our partner. The deeper we are in the relationship, the more difficult it becomes to ignore these changes. What once felt like a harmonious connection now feels increasingly foreign, as if we are two people on completely different paths. This is not a failure of love, but a natural progression that helps us realize that the relationship has fulfilled its purpose. In these moments, it is crucial to listen to the inner guidance that arises. The universe's wisdom is always present, encouraging us to honor our own path and let go of what no longer supports our growth. When shared values and life purpose diverge, it is not a sign to force reconciliation, but an invitation to release and move forward. By letting go of relationships that no longer align with our true desires, we make space for deeper, more meaningful connections with those who share our vision and our journey. At the core of many relationships is the presence of unhealed emotional wounds and unresolved baggage from the past. These can significantly impact our ability to connect authentically with others, often without us even realizing it. When we enter a relationship, we bring our past experiences, traumas, and unmet needs into the dynamic, sometimes unconsciously. If these wounds are not addressed, they create a barrier to true intimacy and understanding, resulting in emotional disconnection and dysfunction. The universe guides us away from relationships when these unresolved wounds hinder growth, healing, and authentic connection. Emotional baggage, whether from previous relationships or childhood experiences, can manifest in a variety of ways. It might show up as defensiveness, difficulty trusting, or a tendency to project past fears and insecurities onto a partner. These emotional patterns distort our perception of love and prevent us from experiencing true closeness. In relationships, when one or both individuals are carrying significant emotional baggage, the ability to communicate openly and honestly is compromised. Instead of being vulnerable and receptive, we may respond out of fear, anger, or past hurt, rather than with love and compassion. This creates cycles of conflict, misunderstanding, and frustration, making it increasingly difficult to find resolution. The more we try to control or deny these emotions, the more they dictate the course of the relationship. The universe's role in guiding us away from relationships where emotional wounds are unresolved is one of compassionate intervention. Through the disruption of the relationship, whether through growing distance, emotional breakdowns, or even separation, we are prompted to confront our unresolved issues. This process is not punitive. It is a necessary step towards self-awareness and healing. As we allow ourselves to face and heal our emotional wounds, we free ourselves from the past. This healing enables us to enter future relationships with a deeper sense of self-awareness, emotional maturity, and authenticity. When we stop projecting old hurts onto others, we make space for love that is pure, nourishing, and aligned with our true self. In every relationship, there must be a balance of energy and effort. True love thrives in a partnership where both individuals invest equally in nurturing, supporting, and growing together. However, when one person consistently gives more than they receive, or vice versa, the energy becomes imbalanced, creating friction and dissatisfaction. The universe, in its wisdom, often intervenes when this imbalance becomes too great, signaling that the relationship is no longer sustainable. An imbalance of effort can manifest in many ways. One person may be the sole provider of emotional support, constantly offering comfort and understanding, while the other remains emotionally distant or unavailable. Alternatively, one partner may take on the role of caretaker, sacrificing their own needs for the sake of the other, leading to resentment and burnout. This dynamic disrupts the flow of love and creates an environment where both individuals feel drained rather than uplifted. When the universe does not want us to be with someone, it will often highlight these energy imbalances. The more we try to force the relationship to work, the more we begin to feel exhausted, unfulfilled, or emotionally empty. The constant effort to maintain an unequal dynamic eventually takes a toll on our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. The universe's guidance comes in the form of these disruptions, encouraging us to recognize that love should never be a one-sided pursuit. A balanced relationship is built on mutual respect, effort, and energy. It's not about keeping score, but about both individuals feeling valued, supported, and cared for. When both partners contribute to the relationship's growth, the connection deepens and flourishes naturally. The universe seeks to guide us toward these balanced, harmonious relationships where love is exchanged freely and equally. When an imbalance of energy persists, it's a sign that the relationship may have outlived its purpose. The universe's intervention is not meant to punish, but to restore equilibrium, helping us understand that true love can only exist when both individuals are aligned and equally invested. The final lesson the universe offers when a relationship is not meant to be is one of trust in its timing and trust in the path ahead. When a relationship ends or begins to dissolve, it can feel overwhelming, especially when the future seems uncertain. But in reality, this is where the universe's wisdom shines brightest. It's not about the end of something, it's about the beginning of something new, something that aligns more deeply with your true self. The universe has an uncanny ability to steer us toward exactly what we need, even if it's not what we initially want. The painful process of letting go is often followed by growth, renewal, and the discovery of new paths. What seemed like an ending is merely a transformation, a shift into a new chapter where love, joy, and fulfillment await us. These transitions, though difficult, are often the catalyst for deeper self-awareness, self-love, and clarity. As you reflect on the journey of the past, remember that relationships are meant to teach us, grow us, and guide us. Sometimes the lessons are about love, and sometimes they are about letting go and trusting that better things are on the way. The universe never abandons us. It simply clears the way for the right opportunities to enter our lives. Each shift and change in your relationship path is part of the larger picture, one that is intricately woven into the fabric of your personal evolution. So if you're finding yourself facing a separation or questioning a relationship, take a deep breath and trust the process. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. Let go, release, and make space for new love and experiences that resonate with your soul's journey. Embrace the unknown with faith, knowing that your highest good is always the ultimate destination. If you're ready to explore how to navigate these changes in your relationships and life, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more insights. Let's continue this journey together, creating the love and life you deserve.